New Thought Media Network. We are a global broadcast network of positive music, media, and entertainment, inspiring humanity's evolution along the journey of enlightenment and creating a world of love, peace, empowerment, and prosperity for all. New Thought Media Network. Positively inspiring.
Why, hello, it's me, Bonnie Gonzalez, your doula for grief. Welcome to today's show. I'm so honored that you're watching and tuning in now. And, wow. I just want to say I am here to continue the dialogue, to continue the conversation of moving grief from the shadows into the center of our lives. Grief is a powerful, powerful, transformative tool. I like to say that the superpower of grief is healing. It heals us from our losses. And loss is what we experience. And grief is what we feel. And those emotions that come up can range from anger to sadness, to joy, to guilt, to numbness. Whatever emotions come up, that is the grieving process, and that's what moves you toward healing. So leaning into grief, which is the transformative power. And today, as you know, May 8th is Mother's Day. And so I just want to take this time to dedicate this show to my mother, Gladys Olame Welton Speaks. So welcome, Gladys. And I'm glad that she is here sitting right over my right shoulder. My mother transitioned about 7 years ago. And my mom was just a really powerful, powerful woman. And I always say that, or I will tell you later, some ways of moving through Mother's Day. And one of the ways is remembering funny stories about your mom. And my funny story is, you may not think it's funny because it happened at her funeral, but it was most profound for me when it happened. My mom was a really fiery woman. And I was telling someone that my mom was a real pistol. And she had a boyfriend, maybe a couple of them. I won't tell too many of her secrets. But anyway, so her boyfriend was there. He was standing beside me. And he's quite a few years younger than I am, but he was my mom's boyfriend. And I just thought, as long as he makes her happy, then I'm happy. So I was telling a friend, I said, my mom was a real pistol. And her boyfriend said, oh, your mom wasn't a pistol. Your mom was a double-barrel shotgun. So I just love that. It just really brought joy to my heart to hear that. And my mom was 85 when she made her transition. And I was a little angry because my mom was full of life and zest. And she told me, like the week before she died, she says, Bonnie, when God closes my eyes, you leave them closed. I don't want you doing anything to bring me back. She said, because I've had 85 years and I did it up. So I thought, wow, how could I be how could I feel any emotion around that? For me, it was joy. Joy to know that she felt that she had lived her life to the fullest and was dying with no regret. And she just had a peaceful transition surrounded by, she was in a hospice facility, a hospice home for the last few hours. And my mom always loved flowers. You know, roses were just her favorite. And her room, the room that she was in, faced out into a garden. And the garden was filled with roses. And that was the surrounding in which she made her transition. And I am a registered nurse. And so what I wanted to do was just to give her postmortem care, you know, bathe her, wash her, love her in those final moments. Or not final moments, but after she had taken her last breath, as she was still transitioning. And so I got to bathe her and just had her looking beautiful. And then one of the nurses said, oh, how about putting a rose in her hand? And that's what I did, put a rose in her hand. And she just had the most peaceful look on her face. And I say that both my parents, my father and my mother, not only birthed me, grew me to the adult that I am, but they also showed me how to die and what peace can be in the mystery of what we don't know, that mystery called death. But she embraced that and she was ready. So for that, I am just filled with gratitude for Gladys Olame Welton Speaks. She taught me a lot of things in life, but that is the most profound. That is what lives with me today, that she was at peace. So thank you, Gladys. Thank you so much. So I want to talk about this. My niece, who just lost her mom, which is my sister, like a year ago, and she was just saying, you know, Bonnie, everybody's like wishing Happy Mother's Day, but for some people, it's not a happy day, especially for those of us whose mother has transitioned, but also for those people that maybe didn't know their mothers. Maybe they were in foster care, maybe they were adopted, but they did not have a relationship with their mother. Also, there are people whose mother is alive today, but they are not in a harmonious relationship with their mother. So therefore, for them also, maybe Mother's Day is not that happy day that so many people speak of. So being a doula for grief, wanting to talk about grief in that way, grief that's not normally associated with Mother's Day. And so I just take a minute and just, I did write a little bit of an article for my niece's job around this. And it just starts with, so it's Mother's Day. And happy Mother's Day to all. To those of you whose mother is alive on the planet right now, just have a joyous day. Enjoy and celebrate. And I just want to say to those of you whose mothers have transitioned and who's now in the spirit world, my heart is with you. For those whose mother is alive, but the relationship is not harmonious, my heart is also with you. I feel your pain. I too am a mother of 4 beautiful adult children and 2 lovely granddaughters, which brings me joy. But I do have 2 children that or just, oh my gosh, so honored to have me as mom and so proud of me and just a good relationship. And then I have two who think, oh, I could have done better. Bonnie could have done better. And what I say to that is I love them. I love them unconditionally. And as a mother, knowing for me that I had my children young, and most of us have our children young, and it's a time when we are trying to understand ourselves and having relationships and growing and moving through life. So it's not always easy being a mom. And I just have always felt that the one thing in life that has brought me the most joy, the one thing in life that I am the most proud of, is to have been a mom. That is just tremendous joy for me. Even in spite of appearances of disharmony, it has still brought me joy. So I want to say to those of us who are not in that first category of having been mom, but have our moms who have transitioned, and this day may bring those feelings of sadness and longing and just yearning to have them with you. And know that that is grief. That is grief that is experienced on a day that's not normally associated with grief. You know, it's all in the stores with all the cards and Mother's Day balloons and all the wonderful gifts that you can buy, Mom. Yeah, there are those of us who are on that other end. So what I say is that give yourself permission to grieve. I am here to continue to say that grief needs to be heard. Grief needs to be validated. And remember, the more you open yourself to this grief, the more healing energy you invite in. Knowing that these feelings came to pass, they're not here to stay. And allowing yourself to lean into what you feel just opens you up to experiences of those things that you want more joy, more happiness, more love, more laughter. Allowing ourselves to feel what is there is how we feel. And know that. And know that just because you're having these feelings right now, today, know that you will not be dragged down, pulled under, rendered paralyzed. It just comes to pass. And I can assure you, as Rumi's poem says, that these feelings are just clearing you out for a new delight. And so, on this Mother's Day, thinking, for us, as I said in the second category, what can we do to move through this day if we're having grief? First, number one is just honor where you are. Be kind to yourself. Be gentle with yourself. And for those of us with the transition phase of it, one of the things I'd like to offer you to do to get through this day is to create a ritual. Create a ritual that honors your relationship with your mom, that honors the memory of your mom, and just honoring what could be and what is. Just honoring that. Don't want you to move away from anything that you're feeling. So with the ritual done, and I'll talk a little bit more about ritual, but for right now, for those that are with transition, the other thing to do is get with others and share funny stories about your mother. Like my funny story with the with the double-barreled shotgun, or whatever comes to mind. That's funny. Get with people that you can have some laughter and joy around that. The other thing you can do is watch your mom's favorite movie. You can cook her favorite meal. Or if you're not into cooking, you can go out to her favorite restaurant, have her favorite meal. Another way of just honoring your mother is just having her put you out. Maybe just surround it with balloons, candles, ribbons, whatever makes it decorative and brings feeling of softness to your heart around your mother. And the other thing, the last thing for us that have mothers that have transitioned is just to get plenty of rest and self-care. Because grieving can be truly exhausting. And just knowing that and being gentle with you, And I just want to offer or invite those whose mother is alive, but the relationship is not harmonious. Number one thing is be kind to you. I think I've stressed that a lot today already. Just being kind to yourself. And engage in your favorite fun activities. Another thing that I offer is that you could journal about what you're feeling on this day. Another suggestion is to do something good, something kind for someone else on this day. Doing something for someone else has a coming back to you. The energy we put out to others is what comes back to us. So doing something kind, something good for someone else is really inviting that energy back into your own life. And also create a ritual for inviting more love into you. Rituals are truly, truly healing. Movement is also good. Exercise, put on some music, dance, walk, get physical. Let that grief move through and out of your body with physical exercise. Physical, just being mobile. Sitting in nature is so healing. Sitting by the water, sitting under a tree, be in nature, just be in nature. And know that all of these things that I've mentioned are, in a sense, a form of a ritual. And if you are wondering about the ritual aspect and how to go about that, what I invite you to do is maybe create an altar. And I have an altar here today. I have an altar for my mom and for my brother that also passed away. And some of the things that you can have on your altar is a candle. And the candle invites or represents inviting God, the goddess in. Some people feel that the candle lights the way, opens the way for our loved ones it brings light for them to continue navigating that mystery on the other side. Also, water. Also, a container of water. Water represents purification. You can have, I don't have an incense burning right now because the smoke was a little overwhelming. So anyway, but that that just purifies the air. I mean, it purifies and makes the space sacred. It invites a sacred space, knowing that a sacred space has been created. And in some traditions, the incense itself, the smoke going up, smoke also, as I said, purifies, but the smoke also carries our prayers, our desires up to the heavens, out into the cosmos. So it has that dual quality of purification and carrying our prayers up to the heavens, to the cosmos. And I also have a bell because sound is, sound permeates everything in the universe. Because think about us as beings, we're like 90% water. And sound causes that water that to vibrate. And that is another thing that you can add to your altar. And I want to just walk you through a couple steps for creating your ritual. First start off about, thank you, Deb. Deb is going to be with me next week in person, so thank you. Deb says, I have an entire altar and memorial area for my mother in my home. And it is where I go to ground myself. I also have my loved ones up that have passed. Yes, I love that idea. Ancestral altar is what I've heard it referred to as, those that have passed on, those that are still with us lighting our way. So, as I said, you can set up an altar. It doesn't even have to be anything elaborate or involved. You can just have a candle with your loved one's picture. Crystals. You can have crystals on your altar. You know, the mineral world is here assisting us in giving, allowing our vibration to be raised through having minerals around. You can have anything on your altar that brings you peace or that you resonate with, that allows you to connect with that higher good that is guiding all of our lives, that higher good, anything that connects you. I'll use the word divine, anything that connects you with the divine. Let that be, because your altar is very, very personal and solely for you. Solely for you. And after you've set up your altar in whatever way you desire to set that up, then make that space sacred. Get quiet within yourself. Set an intention as to what you would like this ritual to be, how you would like to, if it's honoring your mother, how you would like to honor her. Doing that, making that space very sacred, that's when the incense come in to really purify the air, the energy around, just letting those incense, the aroma, clear the space. And once you've done that, once you have everything in place, as I said, set your intention. And you can start by lighting the candle. What you can do is also read or say out loud an inspirational verse, a poem, or a prayer. Or something that your loved one loved hearing or repeating or reciting. We all have our own individual mantras that get us through life. And so whatever that was, you can bring that in. And these are just suggestions. Don't be limited by them. Use this to just expand on what it is that you can do to make your altar just for you, and give it real meaning. Give it real meaning. You can also sing a song. chant, play a special piece of music, ring the bell. The singing, the chanting, the ringing the bell is honoring the sound. And what you need to do is just have a opening, a clearly marked opening, that this is how you're opening your ritual. And at the end, and also having a clearly marked ending, which helps you transition from that sacred space that you've been in as you're doing the ritual, and helps you to close and come back to, I've heard the word mundane, but I don't like that. That just brings you back to here and now, and knowing that you had that sacred time that you've set aside for your loved one. And I know that's a lot to take in, but in a couple weeks, I'm going to do a program just on ritual. Ritual is so vital to our lives. Rituals that just occur naturally, that we did not even mentally plan, just know, like, wow. My ritual for the morning is, washing my face, brushing my teeth. That's a ritual, shifting from the night into the day. So I want to do a program where we really move through ritual, not move through, but that we really explore why and how ritual heal. Rituals as old as time. Rituals have been around for a long, long time. So we will explore that. But for this Mother's Day, I invite you to give the ritual a try. See how that affects you. See how that moves you. See how that can even shift you from whatever you're in on Mother's Day. And I want to offer this, that sometimes the actual period leading up to Mother's Day can be more anxiety producing or stressful than the actual day. So if during this week, if anything comes up, you can resort to ritual. You can do some of these things that I have suggested. You don't have to necessarily wait till Mother's Day. Know that right now you are the most important thing and person on this planet. So know that taking care of you, taking care of yourself, allows you to be more available to others. So I just invite you to be with that, to be with those ideas. And if you would like to just put in the comments or send me your ideas for ritual later, I do have a Facebook page, and it is Your Doula for Grief page, and you can put it there, or you can send me an email, Morgan Gonzalez 14@gmail. Send me an email. I would love to share what other people are doing. I'd love to share that, because we are all in this together. We're all in this together. Whatever you're going through, whatever I'm going through, is so that one day we will be able to offer comfort to someone else who will go through this very same thing. Believe me, whatever you're going through at some point in your life, you will be able to encourage someone else who's going through the very same thing. So I want to continue to explore grief and grieving around Mother's Day, so that we start to have some tools in our toolbox. Not just tools in our toolbox, but we have things that we ourselves can pass on to others. To be in communion with others around, and sharing your ideas and thoughts around grief. And as I said, grief is not something that is talked about on Mother's Day. I was just thinking, I've never seen a card that says that, that you could send to yourself saying, gosh, your mom is thinking about you today, wherever she is. She's in the heavens. She's wherever you believe or feel that we transition to, that she's thinking about you today. Maybe we could start something that we send people cards that we know that are truly missing their mothers on Mother's Day, that we could comfort each other. So with that said, I want to move into a meditation that is around honoring and being in gratitude for whoever mothered us. It's not just if it's your actual mom. Maybe there was someone else. There was an aunt that loved you, a good family friend that really mothered you. So just want to honor the idea, the archetype of mothering, and honoring it with gratitude, meaning gratitude for that. So as we get ready to move into this meditation, I just invite you to just sit up straight, put your feet flat on the floor, and I always say this: stop what you're doing, swallow what you're chewing, and just get comfortable. Just get comfortable with you. So, as I said, just sit up a little bit straighter, and I'll do the same. I'll take my own advice. Sit up straight and just take a deep breath to just shift from what you were doing to this moment. So just a deep breath. And as you take that deep breath, maybe just roll your shoulders back. Just roll your shoulders back. And come fully present to the moment. Feel the weight of your body on the chair. Feel how the chair supports you. Feel how the chair is supported by Mother Earth. And if it feels good, if it feels right, close your eyes. And if closing your eyes does not feel good right now, then just soften your gaze. Soften your gaze. And allow your attention to come back to your breath. And on the inhalation, just say, I dwell in this moment. And on the exhalation, this moment is beautiful. So deep breath in, I dwell in this moment. And this moment is beautiful. I dwell in this moment. And this moment is beautiful. I dwell truly in this moment. And this moment is beautiful. And on the inhalation, just breathing in peace, in tranquility, and stillness. And exhaling any stress or discomfort out of your body. Just exhaling the discomfort out of your body. Bringing in more peace, more love. And releasing all of the tension that you may have become aware of in this moment. Just bring love and light into any part of your body that is uncomfortable. Bring love into that place. Bring a little bit extra oxygen into that place. Oh, and as you are in that place, now focus your attention on your heart. Focus your attention on your heart. Feel the rhythm of your heart beating. And have that as your awareness right now, in this moment. Then think of someone who has been a mother to you. Either your actual mom or another person in your life who has cared for you, loved you, and guided you to the person that you are right now. Feel the love this person has given you. Feel that love that this person has given you. Allow that love to travel throughout your body, filling you up until you are overflowing with it, overflowing with the sweetness of love. Just feel that circulating in your body, this love that has been given to you. And as you feel that, take a moment to send this same love and a silent blessing to that person who loved you. Thank this person for sharing their love with you. Imagine this person overflowing with joy because of you. Imagine them just being filled and enjoyed because of the love you have for them. Oh, just feel that. Just feel that going out to that person. Now notice the circle of love created by this exchange of giving and receiving. And it definitely is an exchange. What goes out comes back. It circulates. We're circulating love out to that person that has loved us, and we're loving them right now. Now, extend this love to all the mothers and children of the world. Extending this love out from you, out to other mothers and children in the world. The one on the planet. Just feel that love going out. Feel that love going out and circulating around. Oh, and another breath. Just come back to the breath. Know that this flow of love is a universal life force that exists within each of us. And that you are never too old to need this love. From the day you were born, you required this love to survive. Tapping into this nurturing energy can remind you that you are loved unconditionally each day. Each and every day on the planet, you are loved unconditionally. Having that realization, feeling that realization in your body, in your aura, feeling it, and allowing it to be allowing it to be. And take another deep breath. And let the words of this meditation just wash over you. The words are gratitude and unconditional love. Gratitude and unconditional love. Words have power. Words are energy. And just giving thanks and being in gratitude for this time of realizing unconditional love. And just take a few more breaths and allow your attention to come back to the room. Just wiggle your fingers and toes and becoming aware of the space that you occupy in this moment. I hope you take this meditation with you, taking it from this moment, carrying it forward. And I would just like to speak again to us. These mothers have transitioned. I just want to share with you that, I don't know if you know this, but Paul McCartney, a fabulous Beatle person, lost his mother at an early age of 14. He lost his mother to cancer. And many years later, his mother just appeared to him in a dream. And from that dream, he was inspired to write this song. And I'm sure you know it. It says, the words are, when I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. And in my hour of darkness, she is standing right in front of me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. So I thank Paul McCartney for sharing that, which gives all of us hope around our mother that have transitioned, and knowing that they are still, I believe, still always with us. So as we move toward a big day of celebrating mothers, know that wherever we want to be in that space of Mother's Day, we can be. My mother is, as Joe, my wonderful producer, his wife Kathy, says, that my mother's standing right over my right shoulder. And I feel her presence. I feel her love and her presence. So I say on this Mother's Day, ask yourself, what do you need? What do you need this Mother's Day? And if it's love, let it be that unconditional love that includes you in that circle. So thank you for our time together. Again, I want to say I am Morgan Gonzalez, your doula for grief, and I am here for you. So please, if there is difficulty with moving through this grief, please reach out. Reach out to a friend, reach out to family. If you feel that that is not a possibility, then reach out to me. I am a grief coach in here to really say that we can move through this. I will hold the light. I will shine the light so that you can navigate this. So with another deep breath, I just say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So let it be. Enjoy.
New Thought Media Network. We are a global broadcast network of positive music, media, and entertainment, inspiring humanity's evolution along the journey of enlightenment and creating a world of love, peace, empowerment, and prosperity for all. New Thought Media Network. Positively inspiring.